Aloha, this is your astrologer Tom. Let's dive into the full moon for Wednesday, July 13th. As with all full moons, there's two energies that we need to harmonize. With this one, we want to harmonize the nurturing with the worker, so work-life harmony, making sure that you're taking care of yourself as well as getting done the things that you need to do. This full moon is an interesting one because we have the sun with Mercury and the moon with Pluto. And with the sun and moon opposing, therefore the Mercury and Pluto are opposing. And this can prompt us to make sure that we express our thoughts and our feelings in a way that isn't too overly emotional, that we are calm, centered, balanced. We bring our logic to it, we bring thinking to it. We want to be mindful of our communication, especially when we're diving into topics that could be a bit sensitive, because with this particular full moon, the idea of sensitive topics can come up, and then intensity around communication between that Mercury-Pluto opposition. This could also reveal some secrets, or it could prompt, sometimes people are a bit just sporadic with conversation that can prompt secrets to come up. And if you feel like you're being overpowered or being the one doing any overpowering, you would want to find a more effective communication method during this time, because there can be that intensity from the Pluto, especially in our conversations. Be compassionate and respectful with other realities. This can be, for some people, it's two different energies. It's an energy of wanting to express those emotions, and also an energy to wanting to be a bit grounded and rooted in the physical world. And so that can prompt things to come up that need to be addressed. So interestingly enough, with this particular full moon, we also have Chiron squaring it, and so Chiron's also squaring then the Mercury Pluto, and so metaphorically, you need to heal what's inside you, and especially the things that could make us feel vulnerable. We need to go deep inside to find those things, and often what is within us then can be activated by what's outside. So the things going on outside, if you're not calm, centered, and balanced with navigating it, we need to go deep within, and it's prompting that. It's prompting that desire. There's other energies for supportive transformation, and creating a level of anticipation, prompting creativity, thinking about things in new ways, between what Uranus and Neptune are bringing, and their relationship here. So new opportunities. Uranus can also help loosen things up. Uranus can help us awaken. Neptune can actually keep us from seeing what's really right in front of us. It can not only keep us from seeing how it's us, but it can keep us from. It can get us to think that things are either better or worse than they actually are. What I would suggest here is the awakening of the Uranus and the intuitiveness of the Neptune is probably more what you want to lean on, and allow your faith, like just having faith in things, and your trusting your gut to bring that awakening to what it is that you're doing. Venus also comes into play, squaring Neptune, trining Saturn, and so for things around partnerships and finances, make sure that any decisions that you need to make there are realistic. Again, tapping into faith and trusting your gut on things, as you may not see things, especially when it pertains to timing. So if you have to make any major decisions around partnerships or finances, you definitely want to probably be a bit more methodical in that process. Reminder that Saturn and the nodes have a nice dance going on right now, and so changes are likely, especially in structures, and we need to take those lessons from the past, the things that we might have been used to in the past, to actually support us moving forward in our future. So instead of holding on to past structures, looking at what's going to help us move forward and the lessons from those structures, right? Instead of trying to go back to them, what do we need to do to take lessons to create an even better future? Remember to breathe and navigate, as we navigate these cycles and the timing. Saturn in retrograde to the end of October. Again, finances, structures, material things. It's a good time to wrap up any unfinished tasks or projects as you get near the end of October. On the 17th of July, Venus will become a bit more nurturing until about August 11th. and that can bring up some emotional sensitivity. And so it's also a great time to bond. It's a great time to connect with partners and families, and even to do something that's going to take care of yourself. Because where we're coming from here with the idea that you might have been doing things more on the monetary resources or tangible things that we were doing from a Venus perspective. Now it moves into much more of an emotional resources and emotional connectivity for that for about a month. And then on July 19th for a couple of weeks until about August 4th, our thinking in general can become more creative. We can get bigger ideas, bigger goals, and ideas of what's possible for the future. On that same day, July 19th, Chiron begins a 4-month retrograde period where we want to metaphorically heal within. And you want to remember with Chiron that from that healing, we then get to bring that knowledge and wisdom into the world. We then get to, well, the saying is Chiron's the wounded healer. And so you want to metaphorically heal and then metaphorically become the healer in whatever it is that you then healed, basically. On July 22nd, there's Mercury becoming a bit more fun and pleasurable, and a desire to start sharing our unique gifts. You want to make sure during that you don't go to the other extreme, not making it entirely on yourself, not making what you talk about entirely about you, but actually coming from your heart and having fun and sharing what is uniquely you. And so overall, this particular full moon is definitely a time for change, and there's support for this change. There's perhaps a juggling act between what's practical and what's idealistic, what's inner, what's outer, what's personal versus public, and you want to really recognize the connection between the inner and the outer world with this, especially home and work, family and outer world, just connections between the inner and the outer, what's within you and what you're experiencing in the outer world. Good time to produce tangible results, to make sure that you're not frustrated, to make sure that frustrations with these shifts, they're going to want things to be created, and so to remain calm, centered, and balanced, to give an intention to that energy so that you can create a tangible result with it, and to take care of yourself and those around you in the process. So remember to breathe, remember to stay grounded, focus on the positive, make sure you're clear on your intentions, and make sure that you look at what's possible for the future. Okay, the energies here that if you're not really trusting your gut and breathing and being calm, centered, and balanced, and having faith and focusing on the positive, that's when things can feel a bit more tumultuous or frustrated. And so my suggestion then is to be clear on your intention, to look at possibilities, to stay calm, centered, and balanced, to realize that you have to have faith that the future is going to be better and make things, even better, and that what's occurring, we only see a certain amount of energy, a certain amount of information at any given time, and so you have to trust that, with that faith that what's going on is actually for the betterment of us as individuals and us as society. This energy is very much awakening energy. This energy is very much awakening. So what's interesting with this is, people might think, oh, well, it's something has never been this way or never been this bad or whatever. But maybe you're just seeing things, right? Remember, maybe you're just seeing what has already been there, right? So we talked about the idea that secrets can be revealed during these energies. And so was it always that way? It's the whole idea of, if you set out to start looking for a new model car, you'll start seeing that model, that make and model everywhere, right? Because our brain starts showing us what's there because we've set out, we've given it that intention. And so it's like, was that thing there before and you just didn't see it, right? And so here, there's paying attention to, okay, the things that you are seeing, they could have been there before. And then there's also things that you might not be seeing that actually show the positive, right? So let's tap into what's possible. Let's tap into being clear on our intention. Let's tap into shining our light and bringing that light to those around us. And yeah, we'll be able to navigate this energy. This is just the next phase of this year, as we talked about in January, as to the various things that are going on this year. And so it's all good, just we can navigate it. And if you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. And if you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, aloha, hui ho. I'll talk with you again.